All right, here we go. This is the start of my big push. I'm going to do one sculpture per day, and I have chosen to start with my family members doing quick portrait sketches for an hour and a half or so, hour, whatever. Anyway, Melody, my youngest, is my first subject, and she was super cute to stay as still as a 22-month-old can stay. So she did a really good job, and we're working here. I had to start making the clay structure. You can see I've got pretty much no neck there, but the clay is really soft at this stage, and because I'm trying to do it so quickly, I need to have a thicker base to hold the head from wobbling as I'm sculpting on it. So I tend to sculpt the neck after the fact. So I'm getting in the basic forms and trying to look at her as she's trying to sculpt, and she's being very cute, and she's really fun to play with. So I'm just going back and forth. Had to go get a stool to sit on and a couple other things that I'd forgotten to grab, tools and such. I try to do as much as I can with my hands, but this clay was just so sticky and I just couldn't get my thick fingers in there. She really liked looking at the baby, as she called it, and she kept calling it Nick at first, which is her older brother, the one just older than her. Is it fun? Okay, let me sculpt on it. Baby. Yep, baby. No, not right now. Let me sculpt the baby. Then you can look at the baby as much as you want later. At this point, I began to start working on some of the facial features, getting a little more detail, and having looked at my daughter many times, I was just going from memory since she wouldn't hold still long enough to do it. I worked and smoothed out a few things, trying to get the basic structures in, and just from memory. But then eventually, it got to the point where I needed to have her back. So I went and told my wife, and she brought her in again. Melody was having a lot of fun just playing with the clay. And we gave her tools, and as long as I gave her something she could sculpt on, she didn't have to sculpt on my piece. So that was good. Yeah. That. I see it. I see it. It's okay. It's okay. I'll get it later. You're spraying now? I see. Is that fun? Hey! You got me. What's that about? Hey! Knock it off! Hey! What are you doing? Hey, Squirrely! What are you doing? You silly. Melody sure did have fun squirting me and playing around. She's such a cutie. It was fun to hear her laugh so much. Well, I kept working on it. My wife came in and said, "Oh, that doesn't look much like her." And I just started laughing. And then she went, "Oh yeah, she's not holding still. It'd probably be better from a picture." I said, "Yeah." Now here she is wanting to see the baby again. And then she was off, and I think that was about it. Oh no, my wife came in one more time after I'd started thinning out. So here I am working on the neck to get the shoulders and the neck in there. I like to give a little tilt to the head because she's just a little kid, so she tends to look up at everybody, so I wanted that kind of an angle. So I started working that and smoothing everything out. My wife convinced me that I needed to make sure that the curls were looping all the way around because she's got such curly hair. It's really fun. She is the last of our children, and my wife finally got another redhead in the family, so she is super excited. And she's got Daddy wrapped around her little finger. She's just a doll. Love her a bunch. This is my favorite thing to do, sculpt. I just love doing portraits. So these sketches are fun. Okay, here it is finished. 1.5 hours with a very wiggly 22-month-old Melody. That's it. That is my sculpture for today. Hope you enjoy it.